Do you listen to much Valentini songs?
Like what? Yeah, like his music's class, but he doesn't make any music anymore really. Like
Yeah.
his music from ages ago is unreal.
Well, we all know where he is now.
Well, he's in Glasgow, south side.
Pissing on girls in alleyways.
Jesus. 44.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to the Here's the Craic podcast. You may notice we're in a bit of a different setting today. The settings will be different for the next
Foreseeable future. Funding's been cut, moving flat, so we're in between places, so no more studio.
Yeah, so I'm just going to be bouncing about for a wee while, but podcasts pretty much, we can take the podcast anywhere. Your eyes twitching.
Is it?
Are you okay? You nervous?
Oh, well, is he?
Too much caffeine.
It's because you're in Ballymena.
I feel really tired. I was up at fucking 7 o'clock this morning to come up here.
Were you?
Yeah.
On that
Why?
grind.
Yeah,
That's how long it takes.
basically, long story short, we were doing some promotional videos today for MK Fitness. Thomas's wee fitness, I was going to call it fitness company, but it's not really a fitness company. It's more like
Fitness equipment.
So, and also I called it Wee, and now I feel bad. It's not Wee. It's doing well. But anyway, go on MK Fitness and buy some fitness equipment. But we'll just get straight into it then. The lads are going away this weekend. How are we feeling?
Go on, Derry. Can't wait.
Bye
So
then.
excited.
We are going to,
Derry, like I just said.
Derry / Londonderry, whatever you're predicting.
Oh, here we go.
I can feel the TikTok
It's easier
comments.
to say Derry.
I know, I agree with you, man.
Understand.
I agree.
Why?
I agree with you, but that's what I'm saying.
Really? Do I have to be this
Because
padding?
you know fine rightly, whenever we chuck this up on TikTok, you'll go, "Oh, we're going to Derry," and someone will literally comment and be like, "You mean Londonderry?"
It's easier to say Derry, is it not?
Yeah.
Londonderry. Derry.
No, you're adding an extra 3 letters on.
Three letters.
Yeah, 3 letters.
London's 3 letters.
It is
London.
LON. Oh, 6. Sorry. Oh man, I had a brain freeze there. But
let us know in the comments. Is it not easier to say Derry? Fact, it is. Why say Londonderry?
I feel really out of sorts being
padding.
here doing this.
Yeah.
Does anyone
Yeah.
else?
I feel so discombobulated.
I'm
right
like,
now.
what's going on here? It just doesn't feel right.
It feels weird because I'm in what almost feels like a comfortable space for me, whereas like your flat's like kind of like I associate your flat with going up for a night out or going and recording a podcast, whereas
Yeah.
here I'm like, this is strange.
There's too many distractions out the windows.
So much going on.
There's like this whole behind you is just window, so there's so much going on. A couple of days ago there was a TikTok circulating.
Yeah, so basically Olivia Neal put up a TikTok and she was like saying, oh, being the only person that RyanAir follows. And then if you go on to RyanAir's profile, she's the only person that RyanAir follows, confirmed. So there's been this whole conspiracy that she's the one who does all RyanAir's TikToks.
Yeah.
And then this other guy made a TikTok and he was basically like comparing her face to like the face in the
Yeah.
RyanAir TikToks.
Same teeth, same eyes.
Yeah, and he was like, it's the same teeth. She's got this beside her lip. It looks exact same, blah, blah, blah.
It was like a mole or something. To be fair, I couldn't see the mole.
So if you haven't seen RyanAir's TikTok, it's funny.
Do you genuinely think it is her?
I don't know. It's hard to know. Like, you could see, like, but then
There is similarities.
her
Like,
TikToks are so different compared to the likes of their TikToks.
the content in RyanAir's TikTok is funny.
Yeah.
She might be a funny girl, I don't know. But her content isn't funny.
I don't know her.
Like, she's like a dancer sort of influencer. RyanAir's content is funny jokes. Like, that's not her vibe.
So you're just basically saying she's not good enough to be able to do that.
I don't think it's her. Because it doesn't like have any resemblance
'Cause
in
the
terms
content-
of...
Basically, long
the
story
type
short,
of
what you're trying to
content.
say is you don't think she's funny enough to be the face
No!
on the plane.
Well, it's only like lips and eyes, but like I don't think it's her. I don't think that's her vibe. I'm not going to say anything too harsh.
Well, I'll throw back something at you. How much talent do you think it takes to put a face on a plane?
I know, but it's
Yeah,
not
but
just
it's the
that. It's the
jokes that
funny
come with
jokes.
it.
I mean, maybe someone's scripting them.
Like, it's so unique.
Part of me is like, RyanAir came on TikTok. Olivia Neal was probably already big at the time.
Do you not have to follow someone and then follow you back in order to message each other?
Yeah. on
So
TikTok,
in
yeah.
theory,
But
unless
she-
RyanAir's using email to communicate,
Yeah,
how are
but-
Ryanair communicating with
They
her?
could have emailed her or like contacted her.
There's
on
other ways of
Instagram.
contacting
I'm sure
her,
she's
like-
got-
I know.
I'm sure she's
Like-
got a manager as well. Like, it's just big time now, which is just not big time enough for Shay.
Not like name one funny Olivia Neal TikTok that you've seen.
I don't know. Like, I
Yeah,
don't watch
exactly.
her.
To be fair, any of her TikToks that I've seen have just been like her dancing.
But this
Yeah.
is what I'm trying to say
But-
is I feel like you get to that level on TikTok where you have that so many followers. Like Addison Rae's one of them, where like there's so many followers, you could literally post whatever the views will still come in.
She's
and
funny
you'll
on
still
TikTok.
Addison Ray.
She
Yeah.
not do the exact same thing of just dancing?
It's being sarcastic.
Did not come across well. Like,
Okay.
seen this thing the other day, Addison Ray, and she was basically standing beside this billboard of her, and she just went in front of it and started like dancing and stuff, and it had like 8 million views. Like if we got a video that hit
That's
8 million
how
views,
many-
I'd be on
But
the
how
floor.
many followers does she have? Like?
She can't not get fucking 8
I'd say
million.
like she could have like
I think she's got like
Fi-
60,000 or something.
60,000.
But like you look at since we've started doing well on TikTok and the views have started to come in, how much our creator fund has went up. Like we're not going to talk specific
Fucking
digits here,
5p.
but at the same time, imagine her with a creator fund on with as many followers as she has. As many followers as she has. She just throws videos up and
oh,
there we
Jesus.
go. She just throws videos up and like if it gets like 8 million views, then like sure, that's.
Yeah. You could put any shit up and make it views.
Let's look at Addison Ray's TikTok and see how many followers she has. So she is 82.7
So she's
million.
82.7 million.
Do you know
so
what
like
it could be? Do you
only
know what I
8
think it is on RyanAir?
Well,
I think some young person's came in that's worked in the company and they've just said, oh, you should do TikTok. And someone up at the top has been like, right, you go for it. And they've done it. And it's going to be like sort of like, you know, the Stig out of fucking Top Gear. No one's ever going to know who it is.
RyanAir could proper build this up now and do a whole big thing, do a big reveal.
Olivia
Would
Neal
you-
has 1.2 million.
Would you not be a bit annoyed though if you were the one who was doing RyanAir's TikTok and now everyone's like, oh, it was
Yeah.
Olivia Neal?
Yeah.
And he or she's probably sitting there going,
I'd put in so much work
I
and
just
effort.
want the credit.
But I don't see why, if they did reach out to Olivia Neal, what would be, like, realistically, what would be the point in paying Olivia Neal, whatever, she's probably looking to do this for RyanAir whenever she's not even putting her face to it. She's not putting her name
I know,
to
but
it.
it's not about
So they're not
that.
benefiting out of having her doing it. They could just get anyone to do
Well,
it, so-
unless they are planning on doing a big reveal,
Sure, they
then
could
I
have just had
understand.
anyone
The
doing
way-
it and then just at the end be
the
like, oh,
way-
that was Olivia Neal the whole time.
The way I would have looked at it would be she was obviously big on TikTok and then they started doing TikToks.
Yeah.
So they could have just looked at like people from Ireland that were good at doing TikToks and have proven to be good at them. They could have reached out there and been like, look, we're starting to go on TikTok now and we want someone who knows what they're doing.
Aye, who knows the algorithm?
And reached out there, done it. Like.
Plus, like, they're if she is, they're probably paying her a decent amount of money. You could probably wake
So-
up and do
so.
it in the morning, like.
That's why she flies back and forth to London so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Then as
Man,
well, Ryanair's that cheap. Would
I-
they really be blowing money out in
I
Ireland,
was
to be doing
whenever we
TikToks?
went to Glasgow there the other day, we were sitting in the airport and there was this man, but like, he was like, completely and utterly like discombobulated. Like you could tell he was just trying to get home, and like he had this laptop open in like this big file block, and he went over to like the RyanAir desk at Belfast International, like the George
He's walking about
Best
with his
one.
laptop out.
Yeah, he's
He doesn't
walking
have a
about.
fucking phone.
Yeah, he was walking about with his laptop like this, and he was like walking back and forward from the RyanAir desk. And he walked up, and the girl just like poked her head round, and she was just like, "I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you." And he was just sitting there going like, okay, like that there. And she was like, "This is what I'm trying to go back over there and get me what I need, like that there." And I was just like, "Oh no, there's gonna be." But like, what other airline do you think would do that? Like
Was this Ryanair?
RyanAir, like the girl at the
Have you
RyanAir
not
desk.
seen all the fair videos of like different airlines being racist and all that?
No.
What?
I don't think I've seen the one of the guy getting dragged off the plane.
No, there's loads of examples.
The only airline that I've ever flew with, which I was just like, I'll never be back on, was Flybe, the one with the propellers at the side.
Fuck, that's scary.
I
when
felt
you see
like I
that.
was going on like Indiana Jones and the friggin'
You get those whenever you're going like just Belfast, London sort of flight.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, it's scary.
It's one of them ones where you're like walking and you can see the window where the plane is, and you're just thinking, that's not our plane, is it? No.
The thing is, like, you probably end up better off if you came through one of them than a fucking turbine, proper big fucker. You know,
What do you mean?
if you went into that, you know, that's the way I always
how
say-
if we went
Well,
from
like-
travelling on it to going into it?
Have you never like walked up on the steps in the plane? You're like, wonder what way I'd come out on the other side if I went through that.
You wouldn't. You'd just
No,
be
you would.
splattered.
You look into it and you're just like, fuck, that's scary. Like, and that would eat me up. Like the propellers, like you might just get a slap on the side of the head and you're way on.
Your way on.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
plummeting to the ground.
The propeller that makes like a couple of ton plane fly up in there, and you're just like, just give me a wee slap in the head, no bother, come out the other side, brush yourself off.
Sprain the finger like that.
timed it perfectly that the propeller didn't hit you at all. You just went like, "Pew."
Mission Impossible.
We're way too fat for that. No way we're getting through that cap.
Thanks.
All right. But yeah, I think I was telling you this the other day. We were at this like restaurant place. And listen, his sister got like a voucher or something for it, so we're at this place, and then we're walking from it to like a bar, walking down this side street, and there's this guy standing, and his like girlfriend was like beside a bin, and he was just like, nothing to see here, lads. And we were like, you alright? And he was like, no, nothing to see here. And we were like, right, okay. And she was pure like between these two dumpsters, and we were like, what the heck's going on here? So we like walked up a bit, and then no, this guy came up and was just like, oh, I'm really sorry. He was like, my woman's just like dying for a pee. And we were like, right, okay. But I think he was joking, like.
Yeah.
But the next minute he was just like, oh, he's like, have you got a cigarette there? And the fella Blair that was with us was like, yeah, no bother, hand him the cigarette. He was standing like smoking it and was sitting chatting away to us, and I was like, I know you. Like, I don't know how I know you, and I recognise your voice as well. I don't know how I know this person. We're sitting chatting, then he looked over at me and he was just like, do you watch much Celtic? And I was just like, I'm a big fan. They just kind of banned it off. I was like, you never know who you're talking to. So I was like, and then I was like, oh, we're from Northern Ireland though. And they were like, oh, you're from Northern Ireland, where have you been and all this here? Full scale like 10-minute conversation. Walked away, and I was walking beside Blair, and I was like, you know, whenever you come across people and you're like, either it's deja vu or you just know that you know the person. And Blair just looked at me and was like, have you no clue who that was? And I was like, who? And he was like, that was Paolo Nutini.
No way.
And we were like, what? It was freaking Paolo Nutini just come up.
So you didn't even realise it was him when you were talking to him?
I recognised his voice, and when you know, whenever you walk away and someone tells you it was, you're just, everything just comes rushing to you. You're like, I should have known that. Literally, that was the moment. Like, walked away, and he was, and like, I was like, who was that? And they were like, that's Paolo Nutini. I was like, Lucinda was like, no way. I was like googling him just to see, and I was just like, that makes so much sense. But he was airlocked. Yeah. Like, he was just like, I've been sitting in there all night having a pile of cocktails, like I'm ready for home, like. And they're just sitting smoking, and we were just like, yeah, mate. And then he just, you know, whenever you're with someone and they kind of aren't like well on in terms of like incoherent, like they can't talk to you, but like they're just kind of so random. Yeah. And like he was the type of drunk where it was taking him like a few seconds to process what I said. He was like, you where are you from? And I was like, Northern Ireland. All right, very cool. There you're like, all right, what's the crack here? But yeah, it was Paolo Nutini.
I think he's the type of person though, like, you'd know his music and all, but you wouldn't really remember what he looks like. He's not really that famous now, is he?
No, you wouldn't really hear much of him.
It's mad how like people are so massive, and then just a few years later you wouldn't even hear much about them.
What was he doing with his girlfriend in the alleyway?
No, he was coming home. Like, he came out of the pub that like beside where we were going into, and he was going home. So like we were walking up the alleyway and he was coming down the alleyway. It wasn't like a tight, like dodgy alleyway. It was like kind of like something you get around Cathedral Quarter. But I think they were waiting on a taxi, and she was just like stumbled up against the bins. But like he was kind of taking the piss as if like, oh, she wants to have a pee or something.
The way you explained that, she was fucking, I don't know what.
No, they weren't up to no good. Like.
All right.
Such a random
story. Yeah, it was just weird because you walk up and you see this guy standing in an alleyway and you immediately think, oh shit, here he is, who's this guy? He starts talking to you, and then you walk away and it's like, oh, it's just, you know, world renowned singer Paolo Nutini.
Yeah.
Do you listen to much Paolo Nutini songs?
Yeah, like, his music's class, but he doesn't make any music anymore, really. Like, his music from ages ago is unreal.
Well, we all know where he is now.
Well, he's in Glasgow, south side,
pissing on girls in alleyways.
Jesus.
But yeah, so a bit of an update anyway. So we're down in Ballymena today because you were doing your whole photography shoot for your gym equipment and stuff, but we're going up to the port because I feel like we can't just put this out there. The videos will not be coming out for another few weeks, but we're going to be starting the owl vlogs, and I feel like we should explain how we've came about to this. So basically, we done that video where we all came down here to Ballymena and we went a couple of places and then ended up doing like a crossbar challenge type thing. It ended up just being like a big vlog, and I think we sat on it for a while and was just like, no, this isn't gonna bang, like. And then you had an attempt at editing it, and it actually turned out very well. There's a tin whistle involved.
Worked my magic.
I'll leave that for a wee surprise
intro. Vlogs coming soon.
Yeah, they'll be short, they'll be sweet, but we promise we'll try and pack them full of decent content.
Hopefully everyone enjoys them.
Yeah,
let us know when they come up.
What other videos would you like to do?
I think just stick with the podcast.
No, I know. But like in the future, like, you know, you look at the likes of like the Sidemen, like David Dobrik, Logan Paul, all that there.
Yeah, that'll be us in maybe 2 years or so. We'll be flying to the likes of Miami and stuff.
Cancun.
Okay, we've been chatting with a few of the guests that came on the podcast in the past, and maybe do stuff with them, local Northern Irish creators, business people. Keep an eye out for that.
But then we're obviously heading down to Derry this weekend. stroke Londonderry, and we're gonna vlog. Is it right to record on your phone?
We don't really know what we're doing, but there's like a people vlog that do it on their phone. Like I was listening to Jamie Lang does a podcast from like Made in Chelsea. It's called Private Parts, and they had Olivia Neal on it, and I was listening to it, and she was saying she started off vlogging on her phone, like her first few vlogs, and then like she was saying like her one's real supportive and all, but she was like obviously like a camera's like 500 quid.
Yeah.
So she was like, so started off just vlogging on my phone, and then like one of her vlogs blew up and got like hundreds of thousands of views, and then like her dad hopped her by a camera or whatever. Katie Green's coming on the podcast, and she vlogs, and I think she vlogs on her phone. I guess we can ask her when she comes on.
Yeah, get some tips.
I think vlogging on your phone's weirder than looking into a camera vlogging.
No, I definitely I don't think if like
you have to think about it. You're not going to be looking like this in your front camera. You're going to be doing back camera. Like
say we are walking down the street whenever at the weekend we were in Bob and Bert's there in Ballymena getting something to eat, and like you were filming me on your camera. I think people's going to notice, like look at that and be like, that's a vlog camera. Whereas if you're filming me on your on your mobile, it's just going to be like, oh, he's just filming a mate. Like I think it'd be less weird.
Yeah, I think starting off would be probably feel a bit more comfortable like vlogging on my phone. No one's really going to think twice if you're videoing something on your phone, but where if your camera's sort of a bit smaller than like my camera, and then Ross's camera's bigger than my camera, and they're proper like your camera's big, like so obvious if you were like, yeah guys,
feels so unnatural to hold your phone sideways though.
Well, like that, and you can't see it, could you not? I suppose
can't see.
Yeah, you can hold it like that. The only thing is like your front camera will be over there, so you're kind of like looking, I'll make your face look a bit weird.
I think cameras are that good a quality now. Like, you can.
Sure, look at your iPhone. Like your iPhone's recording in 4K, 60
FPS.
Camera,
like it'd be good for Derry because it's sort of like you don't really know if you want to vlog, but if you're like thinking, oh, this would be funny or something good's happening, you just whip out your phone and you don't have to like carry your camera everywhere. The thing
I'd love to do with our vlogs is just kind of keep it so raw, where it's like say if we're out at the bowl, like if we're out at the bowl,
like no kissing raw,
no protection.
Like I'll not be bringing my camera. Like I feel like so many people go into it in such deep quality where they're like, oh no, the quality, like the color scheme in that's changing. Whereas I don't think I'd be
able to see that.
It's about, well, I'll not be able to see that. No, thanks for pointing that out though.
Colorblind.
It's okay not to be okay. What I'm trying to ask is like we done all like the burger videos, like best burger in Belfast, and like we dabbled into a lot of.
I think we're just trying to figure out what we want to do with the channel. Like we'll love doing the podcast obviously and getting guests on. We sort of want to like try something new.
You know something we could try? OnlyFans. Something I wanted to talk about too.
What?
OnlyFans is apparently, I can't see it happening, but going PG. And there's going to be no more boobies on it anymore.
Explicit content.
What?
There's no
for
more.
people who didn't. At one point I didn't realize OnlyFans had other things than boobies.
But the guy who started,
what do they have?
The guy
They've got people like vlogging shit on it, like proper like.
I think like Michael B. Jordan and all his OnlyFans, like just like content for like people pay for it.
But like OnlyFans has got that name now, where if you walked in through this door right now and you went, oh here, Michael B. Jordan's got OnlyFans, I'd be like, he's getting his dick out. What?
But I think it was. I don't think it was never meant to be like that. I think it was when it started out. I don't think like the founder meant for it to be what it became.
Isn't that what Patreon is?
Patreon's the same.
I think it was supposed to be something like that, wasn't it? Where like you got that exclusive content, you pay it extra. Like you go onto YouTube, you watch people vlog, and then you go onto OnlyFans and see the unseen content. You pay extra for it. But then people just decided it'd be a good idea to get their bits out, like
get their bits and pieces.
But do you think it will? Do you think it will go?
I don't know. See it. But
example, Karina, or I can't say it.
Krinikov
making 3 million in one day. Like, do you think the revenue that they're going to get from that, they're going to just say no more babies? Like,
as well as OnlyFans is the one paying that out, so maybe it's more like
the people pay for it. Like,
I know,
and they get OnlyFans get a percentage of that.
What am I on about?
Like, there's no way they're going to quit doing it. Like. I have no idea what it is.
When you put it like that,
subscribe to
when you put it like that, it's like I suppose when you put it like that, like the amount of money they're bringing in, it's like why would they start doing that when you, let's be honest,
and then someone's just gonna zoom in after and steal that scene.
The majority of it, I can only imagine, is adult content now.
Yeah, I'd say like fucking 90% of it.
To be so like,
I'm just like, I don't know how to put it.
I'll say massive greasy balls. Like,
I just mean like the majority of like their, how would you call them, like creators or whatever, like on it, like
porn stars
or people,
adult.
But like I just mean the majority of people in general on it are like making porn. Like.
I don't really get it because, like, surely, like, I understand that there's a lot of, I seen this article where it was basically like a lot of people were annoyed because like their content was being leaked, like shared without their knowledge. But then in my opinion, I think like once you put it out there, like it's there, like regardless of like me, like if I went on and started paying £15 a month to watch a certain bit of content, like it's effectively like, you know, me sharing my Netflix password. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to take on that perceived risk where if I take a picture of my bits and pieces,
the same as giving away a Netflix password. What sort of example is that?
No, do you know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people think like Corinna was the one, like she was tweeting and basically like saying about people taking her content and like distributing on like Reddit and stuff. People had access to it who weren't paying, and she was basically saying it was like wrong or something, or it was like,
was she the one who said she's going to start lawsuits and make money from doing that?
Yeah, probably.
Could you imagine like you just shared her photo on like Reddit or something, Green Coughlin that you're doing? You get me.
You've been served.
Reddit page.
But is that not what do you call that word?
Copyright.
Pirating.
They're all copyrighted.
Yeah.
All I can think about now is, you know, the start. You know, remember when you used to go to the cinema and it was that thing, and it was like you wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't steal a handbag, you wouldn't steal Craic titty pics.
But is Patreon like that? Like, do people do that on Patreon?
Maybe.
Colin Gaddis does that on Patreon, does he?
What gets his whips his bitsy?
I just know. I wouldn't have known a Patreon if it wasn't for like it being mentioned on like Colin Gaddis podcast. No, like all them ones seem to do all their stuff on it, like exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like if we done that, I would feel bad almost, like, because
Yeah,
at the
so
minute
would
I like oh here, like we're gonna do content but you have to pay to get it.
See, I don't really understand it because I can sort of see, well, whatever, like they're giving value to their listeners, like giving them exclusive content and they're paying for it, but then it always ends up on YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure, did Colin Gaddis not recently, maybe it was months after he done it, but did he not do a gig on had, like, I think Shane Todd and all might have done it, and then he put it on his Patreon, but then like a few months later he was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to put that on my YouTube.
But then it's like this, it's like going to the cinema to watch a movie.
Exclusive
Like,
content.
It's
early
you'll be the
access.
first one to see it. You're going to see it in full HD. It's not going to be a pirated copy. Like.
Plus, as well as that, I do understand, because like there are people out there who will literally, like the likes of R. McCann and Tim and all, started a Patreon, or maybe it was just R. McCann for like, and he basically done a podcast which was, I think, exclusively on it, called like Stop the World or something. But like there will be people out there who like, and I feel like it's because people are from Northern Ireland, we don't kind of see them in that way, because it's like, oh, they're just from Northern Ireland, but like there'll be people out there who absolutely love like watching their content and will be happy enough to pay like £5 a month to get like access to like 4 videos.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is fair enough. Like, but it would be mad to think that there'd be someone out there who'd pay us a £5 just to
See your butt cheeks.
see our crap. Like. But then you never know. Like,
Aye.
I've had a lot of positive comments, a lot of positive messages.
Could happen.
A lot of negative ones.
But I feel like from every single guest we get on, it's always the same thing. And even like Jerry and like your boy Greedy Gwyn, like David and all, was saying, like,
Yeah.
they'll just come, like they will just like stop. They will. It will
We still talking about OnlyFans
It
here.
will just happen. Like it will just happen.
Yeah.
Like the guy who commented on our thing and was just like, "It's a sinking ship, lads," and then you go on, and he's following us. Like, not blowing our own boat here, but if it's a
Blowing
sinking
our
ship,
own
like
boat.
tell me where the
Blowing our
hole
own
is.
boat. Is that a saying?
Blowing our own
You
trumpet.
say all
Blowing our
these
own trumpet.
sayings, and I'm like, is this
I
actually
meant
a
to say
saying, or
it.
is he
Sorry,
just
I
making
meant to
this
say
up?
We should have a
blowing our
whole
own trumpet.
segment on the shit Ross comes out with.
If you want to blow your own boat, contact Ross Evans. That sounds like you could have a wee stall like at a beach somewhere where you blow up people's like fucking dinghies and all.
Northern Ireland version, blow up their
I meant to
cars.
say this to you the other
Blow
day.
what did you say?
Blow up your car, Northern Ireland version.
Blow
I
up their
think you're
cars.
fucking hitting this with my nose. Like.
Do you?
Yeah.
Big fucking packer on you.
Big your
Big
nose.
fat nose, but
But you've hit on my bicep.
I meant to say. Hi.
oh yeah.
There we go.
That gives me the fucking tremors.
You know, have you seen your band TikTok? Who goes around? He's like in Ibiza or something on Eastern
Yeah.
England. What does he call H TikTok or something?
Yeah, he's like, he chats up women and stuff.
Yeah, and he goes up and chats up women on like TikTok live. Like, he's ripped, like, and he's like started doing now. He's created a website giving out like training plans and stuff. Like, on like something like,
It's like
yeah,
chat up plans, like
just training plans for like getting in
plan
shape or
your night, how
whatever,
to pull birds.
like PT plans or whatever. And I was just thinking, like, can anyone now who's in good shape and has a
Yes.
decent following on social media just start like being like, oh, like I'm doing like online personal
Something,
training
as
now?
long
could
as
be a
it's
life coach.
remotely linked to what you do,
Yeah.
you can just Yeah.
But do you
pretty
not
much,
like? Do you think anyone can do that? Like just like if you got in sick shape and just like started on Instagram,
Yeah.
oh yeah, so I'm gonna.
Like,
But do you think that's okay? Like?
that's what happens. Like,
But do you think it's like, right? Like
no.
we
Because-
actually got a message on Instagram from a guy. I can't remember his name. I'll actually go and check his name. Give him some credit here. But go on. What are you saying there, sir?
It's exactly the same with YouTube boxing. Like, once you get so famous, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you start out making content for people, then you just do whatever the fuck you want once you get to a certain stage.
Well, there was one guy who I sort of vaguely knew. Don't think he had any sort of qualifications, but he started becoming an online life coach.
Yeah.
It's like help yourself improve your life. But like I'm looking at it here now, Northern Ireland's #1 provider of personal training courses. You can complete it in 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, I personally think personal training, from knowing people who are personal trainers, I think yes, although you can complete the course within 6 to 8 weeks, I feel like you still need the years of like experience in order to become like a proper like quality. Like it's the same thing that you do, like
That's something
architecture.
that really all right, sorry,
Like
go on.
you do the course, but then you go out and get the experience, and then you
Yeah.
come back and like I feel like that's because like you're messing about with people who are lifting weights. Like if they didn't know what they were doing, throw their back out, or like even if they're older, even something worse. I feel like there's just so many people coming on now, and it's just TikTok's just
But
brought it on.
Love Island's the same. I just think like anyone who comes off Love Island it's just giving away fitness plans. Like how many people have came off Love Island now, girls and boys, and just been like, oh yeah, like training.
Be a model.
Can everyone or anyone just do it? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but then I think like you think back to like Big Brother times and all, like the people would have came out and done like a fitness DVD.
Davina McCall.
Yeah, but like you
Every
know,
fucking year.
but like a load of ones
Coming
done
up to
that.
Christmas, though.
A load of ones done that. It just seems like, oh, if you get in decent shape and you can grow a following on social media, you can just fucking do
Make up a shitty brand.
P10 or something.
Yeah, whatever you want, like.
Yeah.
But it's because they've got the following already, like, and it's just a shortcut to success.
It's just getting people to pay.
But then at what
monthly
stage?
fee, like.
At what stage do you become that thing? Like at what stage are you a personal trainer? At what stage are you confident enough to say you're a life coach?
What
Like
is
could
a
you
life
turn
coach?
around? Like
What is a life coach? Sir?
a life coach?
Do you know what
is
I
like
mean?
someone
Do you
who,
think
like,
a lot of them people who come out of
theoretically a
there?
counselor?
Do you think a lot of people who come out of there, and as you're saying, like they do like their fitness DVD, do you think that's actually what they want to do whenever they get out of there? Or their managers come to them and goes, look, you went in there on the persona that you like give to people is that you're a fitness freak, and the next route for your career would be to become a PT or something.
I listened to a podcast ages ago, or it might have been an interview or something, and you know Scarlett Moffat of Gogglebox?
Yeah.
She done like a DVD. She signed up to do it, and she was like, they made me train flat out. I couldn't eat anything. She was like, I was so depressed.
Yeah.
She was like, I hated it. And just to get an unreal shape, they actually film the DVD.
Yeah.
So she, like when you're selling it, then it's like, oh, she looks class. I'm going to buy this DVD.
I
And
believe they're doing the same with Gemma Collins now.
Gemma Collins?
Yeah.
Is Gemma?
it'd take a few years to get that DVD out. Like, fucking hell.
Fucking not. DVDs will be extinct by then.
Only pounds.
But now they're looking at it like in a positive. They're shining like a positive light on it and saying, "Oh, look, she's gonna show you her journey and how she done it without all these fake things, and like relate her to like the normal average person."
Thing is though, like we've been joking about the past 2 weeks and saying that we're quote unquote shredding for going away. Yeah. And like, fair enough. As soon as us three absolute idiots discovered that there's a pool in the facility that we're staying at, we were like gonna get shredded. And like, to be fair, like the past week and a half since I came back from Scotland, I've been eating a hell of a lot less, and I've been doing at least 2 exercises a day. Now, is that sustainable? No.
If you were
No,
working,
it's not.
if you were working, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
be doing
As soon as
that.
I go back to working in September, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I found? I think I've been in the gym for like 5-6 weeks now. I've been able to go every single day after work, near enough, like say about 5 days a week. Decided this week we'll do the shred. I'm eating fuck all, and I'm not even fit to go to the gym. There's just no energy to go to the gym. And I'm fucking drained.
It's about eating like good foods. I think it's like just your dad as well.
Yeah. And then I pegged out at the weekend, so it just ruined it all. It's such a waste of time.
If you'd have been eating, like, I think that's what when we done the podcast with Juice Jar, like your girl Leila and all we're saying was like, like everyone's so obsessed now with counting calories. She's like, you need to just be eating good foods, like good whole foods, and stop worrying about counting calories. But at the same time, if you're going to the gym every day and you're burning off calories, like you need to be, obviously if you're looking to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit, but like you need to eat the calories you're burning burn off as well. Like
So
you
you
can't
can
just eat
go to the
nothing
gym.
and then go to the
Yeah.
gym and like you're just no energy then.
Yeah.
But I feel like you turn around and you do these calorie calculators online. Like the James Smith one was the one I kind of looked at, and it was like, right, you need to be consuming 2,200 and 2,527 calories a day.
Yeah.
And I'll look at that and be like, 2,500 calories a day, that's grand, and I'd stick to that. There may be some days where I'm slightly below that. I take into consideration, like there last night I probably went 200 calories over that, but like I know I feel less bad because like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I was probably like 100 calories below it. Now I think that's going to be a lot easier because like my days are quite busy because I'm off. I'm like get up and I like go to the gym and like I maybe skip breakfast and have lunch. Whenever I get back to work, and again I'm not sure how sustainable that's going to be, but like I hate all these like shred programs where it's like 8 weeks to get in the best shape of your life but you're only eating chicken and broccoli, because after 8 weeks how many people go back to being, because they haven't actually been educated on how to lose weight normally.
Bruno was telling me there's like this one place in Belfast. They basically do like this really intense, like I don't know if it's 6 weeks, but it's something like that. Like it's like a set time on like you're not allowed to drink, you're not allowed to go out at the weekends, you're not allowed like to eat whatever, and then like leading up you do a photo shoot at the end. And you know the way like celebrities and all, if they're doing like a topless like scene in a film or something, would like drink a load of water all week and then just not drink water, and then it all comes out of their system and they're like proper like really fucking like lose all the water weight and they're like really lean in the photo. They do that as well.
Alright.
But like one of Bruno's mates is doing it, and like she was basically saying like you're not meant to go out and all, and you're meant to do this every day and all. She's still going out, but it's like you're gonna be going out when it's over, like, you know, and then you're just gonna put it all on drastically. Like you need to be able to find some sort of balance. And then I think an all thing with like them PT things and all, like say these people who like claim to be PTs are just because they're in good shape. Like if someone turns around and is like, oh, I followed your plan and I didn't get the results that you said I'd get, blah blah blah, like the PT can just turn around and she's like, well, you obviously didn't do it right then, or you obviously didn't commit to it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I think it's so easy to just brush it off and like not be held accountable for doing those types of things.
You went on like a full thing, but like yours was more like, yours was a bit OTT, I thought, with like the chicken and like has to be boiled this way and all this here, but like that's not sustainable.
No.
You were like, even the money you were spending on food, it was some amount of food.
Like going to fucking Lidl like every week and spend 100 quid on just the basics, and then whatever else you spent after that. It's so depressing because you spend 100 quid at the start of the week, you're going and cooking food and there's no fucking flavour to it. So I could go to a restaurant every day, spend 20 quid a day and get fucking lovely feed, but you're just eating fucking dry rice, dry fucking chicken, dry broccoli.
Yeah.
And the only sauce you're allowed is like fucking sugar-free red sauce.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's just not sustainable. But like I did lose loads of weight and all, and got real shredded. But then like a few weeks after, it was just back.
Do you think it was worth it, though?
Would
you do it again? If you were doing it again, would you do it differently? Like, what would you do differently, type of thing?
The only aspect I see a positive out of it is now I know what shape I can get in.
Yeah. Like
looking back, you'd be like, fuck, that's the shape I was in. I can get to that shape again.
Could you maintain it though?
But that's the hard part. Like, it's like, no way could you do that the diet that I was on, like the chicken and broccoli shit. You can't keep doing that. Like,
yeah,
nobody can. Like. It's fucking disgusting. Like.
That's what I was listening to a podcast, and like I feel like I say that all the time now. But your buddy Dr. Alex was on it, and he was talking about it. It was like Fern Cotton's podcast, and he was talking about going on Love Island.
Yeah.
And he says for like months, he's like, all I was eating was chicken, like a meat, rice, brown rice, broccoli.
Yeah.
Wasn't going out seeing my friends. Wasn't drinking. Wasn't like just exercising twice a day, like, every day. Like. He says like, and then he said, and then I didn't want to see my friends because I was afraid of seeing them and like going for a coffee or like going for a pint. And then the calories of that, like, so he's like, I just completely closed myself off, and he's like, I was fucking miserable. And then he's like, and yeah, I went on Love Island, I had a six pack and I looked good, but he's like, I was miserable that whole the whole leading up to that. Like.
Probably for like, well, he probably done like 6 weeks or something, probably more.
Probably months.
For the sake of 2 weeks on Love Island.
Exactly. It just shows you what the sacrifices that have to be made. Like.
Thomas McKeown, life coach.
Life coach coming soon.
It is a real thing, by the way. It's someone who teaches you how to make your life better. This is what confuses me about life coaches. I feel like we're going down a rabbit hole here, and I want to wrap this up very soon. But who gives you the right to tell you what will make you happy in life?
Yeah.
That's a deep question. That's a deep question to ask. Like, it's deep, but like, who gives you the right to turn around and say, Thomas? Like, I would never turn around as someone who's your friend and be like, I think this will make you happy. Like only you'll know what'll make you happy. Like I just don't think you need to. But like, if you need to go to a therapist because you feel a certain way, or like, you know, that's fine. But like, I just don't see how I could go to anybody and be like, here, mister, like this is how I live. Like, what way do you think I should be doing it? And he'd be like, oh, I think you should go on more holidays. I don't think that would make me happy.
The way I see the life coaches as well is like you're paying them, so like how much of it is it like they're manipulating you to think that you need them, so they're continually being paid, like kept on. But then I don't really know how it works. Like I don't want to like badmouth it, like, but
purposely make you feel shit so you can.
To me, it just seems like
that's an extreme.
When they get you in, they'd want to keep you for the sake of the money. It's like a gym. Like a gym wants you to stay and like pay your membership every month. Like how's a life coach?
It's like light bulbs.
What do you mean?
Do you know, like back in the day when light bulbs were just coming around, like the like obviously there's different manufacturers and stuff of light bulbs, and one, I can't remember the exact brand, but they had come up with this light bulb and it lasted for years. Yeah. So all the light bulb manufacturers came together and they decided, right, we need to make our light bulb shitter. They don't last as long and people buy them more frequently. Yeah. This is actually a known fact.
Also good.
So this is why light bulbs only last, well, how long does a light bulb last? Maybe a year max?
Yeah.
There's light bulb.
It's something you never think about.
There is literal light bulb. People can make light bulbs that last for years, but they just don't sell them because sure, how would you make any profit off them?
Wow. That's
think about that one.
That's amazing. That's definitely a TikTok clip. Thanks for sharing.
Welcome.
But like, I do think there is an element of truth to that, where like, I don't want a life coach or anything to come on and be like, oh well, here's what I like. Even if there's a life coach out there who feels like they want to come on the podcast and like have a chat about it and prove us wrong 100%, like we're all open to talking about it, but I just can't see how anybody could turn around and say to you, you just need to live your life.
I think it's like, I think more of like a mentor thing where like you're not actually paying someone. Yeah. Like it's things I got like like if like say you were looking to get into like some sort of type of business, or you're looking to like grow your business or something, and you went to someone who's done it. Yeah. Or like you went to someone who's like, you were looking to get into property and you went to someone who's like a big property portfolio and you're like, how did you get started? Things like that I think's okay, but like that's more of like a mentorship where like, I don't know if like you work for them, but I just don't know about the whole life coach thing where you're like paying someone and it's like a course. Like, yeah, like how can someone give you a course?
But like do you know what I mean? If you ever like listen to your boy James Smith, I know a lot of people like take the piss out of him and like a lot of people feel like he's too blunt, but like I actually quite like people like him because I see all the stuff when it's like you can be the best version of yourself if you just commit, work hard every day, you know, get up at 5 a.m, go to the gym, and it's like, yeah, you're sitting in your Lamborghini. Like that's easy for you to say. Like there are people who I feel like people need to wake up and realize that like you can put a fair bit of work in, but you may necessarily not make it. Like, or your version of making it. Do you know what I mean? Guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, but like we could turn around. This podcast could turn around and do really well, make us money, but we may not be able to afford a Lamborghini in the future. Does that mean that we don't make it? Yeah.
It's really your own definition, to be fair. Yeah. So whatever makes you happy.
Well, maybe leave it on that there. That would actually be a good thing to come in.
Random podcast.
Yeah, that would actually be a good thing to end on if you're listening to this. If you're listening to this on YouTube, because we're getting a lot more YouTube comments, put in, how will you know when you've made it in life? I think that's a good question to ask. So people would be like, mine's a Lamborghini, or like mine would, like someone's would be like, oh, I want to own a house, like 3 houses.
Yeah.
Or something as simple as being
What would yours be?
Do you know what I love?
I can't even think.
I'd love to be able to be like completely self-sustainable without having to go to work for like weeks. It's like owning like a business that runs itself.
I think.
And you can live off that.
I think I'd like to just be like financially free, where like I don't have to be somewhere all the time. Like I don't have to do a 9 to 5. Like. Yeah. But like you say that and you're like, is that unrealistic? Like, but I just want to like be able to go. I just want to have the money, or have a nice house, a nice car, and like I don't have like loads of debt or like bills to pay. I'm just like financially free, and I can go on holidays a few times a year and do whatever. Like. Yeah. I don't necessarily want to be like fucking
Elon Musk flying his big dick rocket up to the space.
Like, you know, that's what I'd be happy with. Like just like a nice house, nice car, be able to go on holidays and just travel and do whatever I want whenever I want, and not have like things hanging over me like debt and shit.
Work hard now and become free later.
But everyone's different. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Cheerio.
Good luck.
And bye.